Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Bishop, for giving me this opportunity to testify my life. I was so I was so thankful to the Lord for He is good in my life. As I prayed always, sabi ni Bishop kanina, I always pray to God, Lord, please enlarge my territory. And God brought me here in Canada. I don't know what the reason is, but it's that. Ito po yung testimony ko ay when I did not meet God. Every time po na sa church po namin, meron pong discipleship, tinitrain po kami how to deliver our testimony is. Pero every time po na kapag may training kaming gano'n, nag-a-absent po ako. Ayaw ko po na laging kung sinasabi yung life testimony ko to the Lord because I always cry. I hope I will not cry this time. Sinulat ko na lang po. So I read it to you. I can say that my life before when I did not know the Lord was complicated. We grow up with a father who can be said to be very irresponsible. Our father is a drunkard, and our mother loves parties. Whenever there's a parties, my sibling and I were left at home. At a young age, we learned to take care of ourselves. And Pastor J.M. at his young age, 5 years old, he knew how to go to the market. Alam niya kung paano mamalengke at bumili na ng bigas at ulam. Sa 5 years old pa lang po siya. Yeah. Until it came to the point that our parents separated. I left to my uncle, my mother's brother. My elder sister was left in my aunt. And my one brother was run away from home. Our other siblings were left at home. Sila Pastor JM, naiwan sila dun sa bahay. So every Saturday, I go home to wash their clothes. It's not far away. In New Washington, alam po ni Tita Beth, my uncle live in New Washington and they live in Banga. So, that time is, para sa amin yung travel is mahirap. We traveled 45 minutes bago po ako makarating doon. So every Saturday, I go home to wash their clothes and bring them food. But my cousin don't treat me well, yung anak ng tito ko. My life, I could say it was a miserable. Pero hindi po ako nag-murmur kay Lord that time. Hindi ko pa na-meet si Lord sa buhay ko that time. So, my tita, my uncle's wife, did not treat me well also. Every time my uncle gives me money or 5 peso, he took it for me. So I go to school without any in my pocket. And then every weekend, they want me to clean their house, to wash their clothes, to take good care of their children. As my young age, I was 14 years old that time. So what I came to my sense is I said to my mom, you need to go home. If you don't want to go home, I will kill myself. And then my mom, how I begged to my mom to go home, but she did not come. So I decided to buy a poison that time and wrote a suicide letter and hid it to my pillow. But those top, my cousin saw it. And then that time, hindi pa uso yung cellphone to call, so nagtitelegram pa that time. So my cousin sent a telegram to my mom, you need to come home if you want to see your daughter alive. Because I see this suicide letter under his pillow. So my mom went home, and then she told me to go home. And in that time, when we go home, I meet someone in my aunt's house who leading a Bible study. So that time, we are invited to attend the Bible study. But for us, it was nothing. We're attending the Bible study. For us, it's just a fun. We're not thinking about how to have a relationship to Jesus, no. But after po noon, April 19, 1998, I was invited to attend a youth camp. Our mom allowed us, and we went there to the youth camp. We were stayed for 3 nights and 4 days. While we were there, we left. We felt like we were in paradise. We don't have nothing to do, it's just eat, have fun, worshiping God, listening to all those pastors who speak for us. So for me, it was good. And it was great to have like that. On April 20, 1998, there was a revival that night. I acknowledged God in my life. All my anger to the world or my heart, my brokenness inside, I surrendered it to the foot of the cross. I said to the Lord, Lord, thank you so much that I met you, that I know you. Because that time, my heart is full of hatred. And there is no love in my heart. So when I meet God, that time when I encountered Him, I surrendered it to Him, my life. And then after that, April 21, 1999, it was my debut. So I decided to have a water baptism in Tangalan. So I feel, when I go home, I feel that it was different for me. Parang pakiramdam ko bago na ako. Ibang-iba na ako that time. Siyempre, but in my young age, high school pa lang po ako that time. I thought being a Christian I thought being a Christian was cool. But being a Christian is not a bed of roses, brethren. I faced a lot of trials. Akala ko po, nung na-meet ko si Lord, okay na po yung lahat. Nung tinanggap ko siya as my Savior, okay na po ang lahat. Pero hindi po yun. In my high school life po, nag-church po ako, pero pupunta po ako ng school, naglasing po ako. Papasok po ako ng school, may dala-dala po kaming soft drinks, pero yung soft drinks na yun, yung laman po noon ay gin. Akala nila Sprite. So I was popular in our school because I am a majority leader. Ang dami ko pong manliligaw. That time. So ginagawa ko po dahil sinasagot ko silang lahat tapos natutuwa ako kapag nag-aaway-away na sila. Oo. And then there's a challenge sometimes to the boys. Sa classmate namin, no, ligawan mo siya, pag napasagot mo yan ng isang araw, may award ka sa akin. Pero kapag narinig ko ng gano'n, o liligawan niya ako, sasagutin ko yan after a month pa, hindi isang araw lang. Ganon po yung buhay ko. Nung that time pero tuwing Sunday po, nasa church po ako. That time. Laging ganon. And then, in one night, I saw myself praying to those sick people, laying my hands to them. And then, I saw myself in my dream that leading people, hundreds of people to worship God in the mountain. I said, it could not be, Lord. How could I lead your people to worship you? Hindi po maganda yung boses ko, sintonado po. Sa lahat po naming magkapatid, lahat po sila, they love to sing. But for me po, sintonado po ako. So I was laughing to the Lord. Sabi, it could not be, Lord. It is impossible, Lord. So, and then that time po, 2003, dinala po ako ni Lord sa Israel. I am 23 years old that time. Sabi ko, kinuhanan ako ng auntie ko ng ticket. Sabi ko, no Lord, ayaw ko, wag mo akong dalhin doon, Lord. Nakikiusap po ako, Lord, wag mo akong dalhin. Gamitin mo na lang ako dito. You can use my life here in Philippines, not there in Israel. And then, all my dreams happened po nung nasa Israel po ako. Nagkaroon po ng turning point yung buhay ko. And then in a second time po, I was encounter God. Kahit anong hirap po nung sinurrender ko uli yung buhay ko. And then I decided, Lord, I want to walk again in your will. And then I decided to rebaptize again in the Jordan River. After po noon, nagtuloy-tuloy na po yung walk with God ko. And then, hinayaan ko si Lord na gamitin niya yung buhay ko doon sa Israel. Doon po talaga ako na-mold. Doon po ako dinala ni Lord. Kaya nga mga kapatid, I encourage you kung kahit gaano man kagulo ang buhay niyo, the Lord know how to fix that because He is the God of order. Kaya mga kapatid, kahit anong meron ka, kahit how broken you are, I believe that God will fix your brokenness. So yung buhay ko nga na magulo at kayang baguhin ng Lord, how much more yung buhay po ninyo. So, therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship to God. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Magbago po tayo ng isip. Then you will be able to test and approve that God's will is His good and pleasing perfect will. When I surrendered all my life totally to God, way back in Philippines po, meron po kaming church doon ng husband ko. And that church was 4 years old now, and we have 80 members. Hindi po kasama yung mga youth. So, yun po. So, kaya yung buhay po natin, kapatid, hayaan po natin, ipaggamit natin kay Lord totally. Because that life is could be in this earth. So, maraming salamat po. To God be all the glory.